Welcome to this morning service chaired by the 4th through 8th grade class. It's very nice to see all of you here in person, and welcome to those joining us online. At the close of service, when Dharma School students are dismissed to class, adults will also be excused to attend an adult Dharma discussion led by Mr. Bill Teague in the conference room. We will start today's service with Sutra Chanting Jusei-ge, led by Arturo Rubio. Jusei-ge can be found on page 35 of the service book.
Gargon chosegan ishi mujodo shigan fumanzo ze fujo shogak gao muryoko fui dai se shu Fusai shobingu, se fujo shoga, gashi jobundo, myosho chojipo, kukyo mishomon, se fujo shoga, Ryokujin shonen, joe shubon gyo, shigu mujodo, hishoten inshi, jinriki en daiko, fusho musaido, 頂上三苦名交際集約難回避知恵言滅死根も安閉塞小悪道通達戦修門高祖上満足いよろじぽ日月主重期天候普賢一種解放像公正功徳法上大集中説法ししく供養一切仏具足修徳本ガネ出上満徳一三概要如仏無下地通達未不詳願学へ力都市最小尊志願役果大聖の感動国書天人当陳妙慶ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブガニシクドク平等聖祭道菩提心お嬢安楽
Please rise for the recitation of the three treasures found on page 91. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves into the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from the suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves in the aware enlightenment, wait self-sent with supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged into the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in your life of harmony, and spiritual universal brotherhood, and free from bondage and selfishness. Even through ages of myriads and culpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Taptsu, Nam Taptsu, Namo Taptsu. Please be seated. We will now listen to a Dharma message by our temple's minister's assistant, Mr. Arturo Rubio.
Good morning, everyone. This past Wednesday, October 5th, was World Teachers Day, a day in which we celebrate all teachers around the world. It is a day to celebrate how teachers are transforming education, but also to reflect on the support they need to fully deploy their talent and vocation. Now, I'm pretty sure your kids, no matter how long you've been going to school, have had some teachers that you remember with fondness. Some teachers that were really nice to you, that had a way of making complex subjects like math seem really easy and interesting. Teachers that were extremely patient and made you feel at ease, enough to raise your hand and say, "Teacher, I really don't understand this math problem. Can you explain it again?" Maybe right now you have this kind of teacher at school. If you do, don't be bashful. Leave him or her a note telling them how much you appreciate all they do for you and all their students. I'm sure that'll brighten up their day. And I'm pretty sure that many of the adults here and online also remember with fondness some of those special teachers they had many years ago. I remember a history teacher I had in middle school. He had a way of teaching contemporary history that made it really, really interesting and really made you look forward to working on the assignments he assigned. I've been a history buff ever since. A good teacher does that, helps you discover hidden interests that you weren't even aware of. I also remember my literature and philosophy teachers from high school. To this day, I enjoy these subjects, in big part to those teachers and how they engaged the students and really got them into whatever topic they were talking about during the class. You kids also have excellent Dharma teachers. Every Sunday, they teach you different Buddhist concepts and values and how they apply to your daily life. Sometimes they have activities and crafts for you that make those Buddhist concepts and values really sink in. So you have teachers at school, and you have Dharma teachers here at Temple. Ministers and ministers' assistants also teach you something every Sunday with their Dharma talks. Remember Laverne Sensei's talk about resilience and the story about the bullies last week? That was a wonderful teaching, and I know that it resonated with many of you Dharma students. What other teachers can we find in Jodo Shinshu? Well, let's start with Amida Buddha. Through 48 vows, Amida teaches us about compassion and selflessness, that we are accepted just as we are. Shakyamuni Buddha. The historical Buddha taught us the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, impermanence, interdependence, and many other things. Shinran Shonin. Shinran taught us that we are all the recipients of Amida Buddha's compassion, regardless of our limitations and imperfections. He taught us that through the Nembutsu, we are assured passage to the Pure Land. But if you think about it, teachers are everywhere. Who taught you how to tie your shoelaces, how to brush your teeth, or go potty? Your parents, grandparents, an older sister or brother, they have also been your teachers. Even kids younger than you can be teachers. I remember when I learned how to ride a bicycle without training wheels. I was about 7 at the time, And who taught me how to ride the bicycle? It was a cousin of mine, and he was a couple years younger. Kenji Sensei has said multiple times that grandchildren are also great teachers. He has included some of his experiences with grandchildren in some of his Dharma talks. Even animals can be great teachers. Have you ever seen a homeless person that may have a dog as a companion? Sometimes you'll see a dog, you'll see that the dog is not very well fed, or just follows its owner from one place to another without any guarantee of finding shelter. That is a teaching of unconditional love and selflessness. When Arturo Jr. was a baby and cried in his crib, our dog, Galilea, would run down to the kitchen and bark at my wife, demanding that she go up to Arturo's room and check up on him. We had a cat who would not leave my wife's side when she was pregnant. It was like she wanted to protect my wife and the baby that she was carrying in her belly. That was a wonderful teaching of maternal instinct, an instinct that is universal and seems to cross the boundaries of species. Did you know that there's also a teacher in you, even at your age? I'm sure there are some things you can do that other people find difficult. Perhaps you're good at adding and subtracting. Maybe you're very good at drawing. Or maybe you know how to prepare a certain dish. Maybe you can teach me. I'm sure that you can show a trick or two in Roblox to your parents, or show them how to get the most out of their mobile phone. What I'm trying to say is that hopefully when someone asks you for help, figuring out how to do something, you'll answer, sure, I'll teach you how to do this. At the end of every formal service, I always feel humbled when we sing on Doksan. I love the melody and the message. The debt of gratitude I owe to Amita's great compassion, I will proclaim until my life disintegrates into dust. The debt of gratitude I owe to my Dharma teachers, I will express until my bodily form is finally shattered. Indeed, we should be grateful for all the teachers who have crossed our path throughout our lives, and all the teachers who are even now shaping our lives. Say Namandabs in gratitude when you think of those teachers. Say Namandabs in gratitude for the teacher inside of you. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amidabits, Namo Amidabits, Namo Amidabits, Namandabs, Namandabs, Namandabs.
Thank you, Mr. Arturo Rubio, for the message. Please rise for the recitation of our pledge, found on the insert in your service book. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, or ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself in first, I'll show and joy and sadness in others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works for the liberated all. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Please be seated.
Today we are celebrating October birthdays. Please come to the front if you have a birthday in the month of October. I heard Mr. Greg has a birthday in October.
this microphone. Thank you. Please tell me your name and your birth date.
Kiana, October 10th.
Oh, wow.
And then I am too. Oh, Chelsea, October 20th.
Mr. Greg, October 29th.
We will now sing Happy Birthday, and after you may choose a gift. So, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dharma friends. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Happy birthday.
At this time, is there any announcements?
Just in case you didn't hear it last week, my announcement again for BWA, Buddhist Women's Association. We're having sales, 2 sales. One is on makizushi. That is the roll of sushi in seaweed. Anyway, that is going to be $7 a roll, and that will be pick up after the Eitaikyo service in November. And then the other sale is our famous almond brittle sale, which is a yearly event and really popular. If you've never tried our almond brittle, you must try it. So, so that we're taking orders for it, but we will have a limited number. And if you've already ordered, then you are assured of your supply. But please get your order in right away. And this year we're featuring a new item, Sweet Hots, which is a little spicy and sweet almonds. So please see the order form in our in the Kaiho, the newsletter, or downstairs in the office. Thanks.
Good morning. I just wanted to let you know that on October 30th at 12 o'clock, we're going to have a Dharma School Halloween party. So everyone is invited, especially the students. So the students, that's when you're going to wear your costume. And then we're asking the parents to bring, it's going to be a potluck luncheon, so if you can bring a side dish or dessert, that'd be greatly appreciated, okay? We're going to, the juniors are going to be planning the games and stuff. So we'll see you there. Thank you.
This will conclude today's service. Thank you, Mr. Arturo Rubio, for the Dharma Message and for leading today's service. Thank you, Mr. Bill Teague, who led Dharma School for Adults and for adults. Thank you, Mr. Brevin Honda, for executing the live stream broadcast and ringing the concho. And thank you, everyone, for attending today. Next, Mr. Rubio will lead us in closing Gasho. Then Dharma School students will be dismissed to classes. And then adults may proceed to the conference rooms for Dharma School for Adults discussion.
Please join me in Gasho. The 4 reliances. First, rely on the spirit and meaning of the teachings, not on the words. Second, rely on the teachings, not on the personality of the teacher. Third, rely on real wisdom, not on superficial interpretation. And fourth, rely on the essence of your pure wisdom mind. not on judgmental perception. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandabs, Namandabs. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming, and you're welcome to come and offer incense if you haven't done so yet. Or if you just prefer to gasho and bow, that's perfectly fine. Thank you.